guys, how's it going? Whitestorm here, and today we are going to look at a replay that I've just pretty much done on this really interesting game that I've played in my Type 5 Heavy with two other clan members. We've got Envy This and Jay Ricketts, who is the clan leader of the Wildfire clan. Now, basically, this is an interesting game because we've got three very different play styles, and you're only going to see my perspective because I've only got the pictures from my perspective. So we've got an interesting dynamic. We've got the two medium tanks going across to their general location, and you've got me, who is going to go to the normal heavy location. And at the start of the match, there's the usual situation that where basically heavy tanks all go to one side, mediums go to another, but the team does something different. The opposite team does something very different, and it causes a little bit of a problem. And this problem I expect happens quite a lot in World of Tanks. You all go one way and they go a different way, and then you're not matched up against the guys that you're trying to fight. You're up against potentially nobody if they all go one way. So I begin to make my way down this left hand side on Redshire, I do believe. It's not Redshire, I can't remember which map it is. And we have a British tank, an FE 4005. We've got what looks like a mouse coming towards us. And as you can see on the minimap, the object 277, the Emil 1 have gone to the castle on the far left-hand side. And the Type 4 Heavy seems to be occupying the middle. We've got a crossfire potential situation just coming up in front of us. So if the light tanks on the enemy team, or the standard B maybe, gets into a position where he can be in a position to view where we are crossing, just as we cross this little mound here. And this always makes me stop a little bit and think, are they going to see me? Probably. But the two guys in front of me, the T10 and the... what else we got? We got an E75. They did not get spotted. No shots went in their way, and no splashes anywhere. Plus the E5, so nobody took a swing at them. So I'm confident and I make a move. We've got the mouse, the T49. We've got a T49 further down, and then we see the IU-251 come in for flanking. So hopefully he doesn't get in our way. I am conscious of him, and I pop a bit of a shot into the mouse. Now my loadout is pretty standard loadout. It's all premium HE, and I'm sure you're going to mock me for that, but why would I give up that extra 400 damage if I do penetrate? So I want to maximize my use of my heavy tank as much as I can, so I'm going to use that. And although I'm not penetrating any of these shots, the reason why I like this tank, you can slap in 400 or 500 damage a go every single time reliably, and then if you penetrate, well, it's going to be a bad day for the guy that's on the receiving end of it. So once again, just short of 600 into the mouse, and I'm very, very conscious of those guys who were behind us, but they seem to have dissipated, so not to worry. But we're in a losing situation at the moment, 3-1 down. Both my teammates in my platoon, they're still holding the centre. They're doing what they can, but they have like half the team over there confronting them. Slamming another shot into that mouse, only 300 damage this time. The object 430U comes to try and help, seeing that this side is weaker than the other, that the other side is pretty much secure, and that this side is weak. So the 4005 comes up behind us, the 49 hits me in the front. Luckily, the flanking tank gets taken out. So we've destroyed everybody on this flank. We've won the flank, but what do you do now? Do you go straight for the cap? That's normally what people do. Obviously, it's a very open cap, so you will probably die doing that, and that's not something you want to be doing. So I take a shot at the Yag Tiger, everybody else fires at him, and the T95 finishes him off. And my teammate, my platoon mate, Envy This, he gets a shot on the 140, and I take a look down at the minimap and see that everybody is basically streaming towards our cap, and the Waffenträger auf Fear, what is it called? Horrible thing, Panzerfear, that thing is just spamming the map, so I'm going to ignore him. I'm going to go back to base and see what I can do. I might hop onto this left-hand ridge here, actually, and see if I can get any crossfire shots, because my platoon is still in the middle. And Envy This takes one from the standard B, and he's gone. But he might still have a bit of vision. If I can get onto this ridge, I might be able to get crossfire shots into them as they're crossing in front of me. So not much more you can do. I mean, what do you do in this situation? You continue forward, and you go into a wide open space, and you get shot at by all the guys on the ridge, or you try and get into a place where you can crossfire. There's a shot of the 49 that splashes just in front of him. So decide to shoot and move, use the momentum of going down the hill, and build up a little bit of speed. Try and get into a more kind of hold down position for the time being, whilst I reload. And that's, to me, is the trick with this tank. What do you do whilst you reload? Do you wait around like an idiot? Or do you try and get safe? Do you look for the next shot? You've got to really preempt where you're going to fire as well. With me, you might notice I've got 100 ping. Not ideal, so I have to lead my shots quite a lot. They don't always go where I need them to go. Light tank is up there and he's spotted an object 277. Making a play for the artillery. He's already gotten him, so he's going to hopefully take him down low. And this shot here, I don't quite fully aim, and for some reason, Type 4 Heavy doesn't get any damage from myself. Not to worry, it was a bit of a wasted shot, but you just have to play with these things. You have to roll with it. James is still alive in the back chat, 25T. He's marauding along that flank, spotting them all for me, enabling me to get shots in. I preempt a little bit because of that 100 ping situation and slam the standard B in the side, and he's down to less than half his hit points. It's probably a one shot for me, and unfortunately the Type T49 even, that takes out James, who probably throws his keyboard and closes the game down. I'm joking, buddy. So we're in a sticky situation. We're 6-8 down. I'm not really sure what to do at this point. The T95, is going to make his way towards cap all by himself. The E75 has got into a central position like myself, trying to get fire across at the other ridge, trying to stay hold down, I expect. But I'm sure he's going to fall, and as he does, he falls. So I remain the final heavy tank. Carefully aim this time, and I get 400 and something damage on the Type 4 Heavy. And I've just got to basically work my DPM. I know I've got really slow reload and poor DPM, but I've got a 17-second reload. I've just got to bide my time and keep on slamming in those shots as I block a 750 from the T30 there and get artilleried by the, what's that, GW Tiger. So that's a nasty artillery piece. But I've got Spore Liner on this tank, so I shouldn't be too worried about artillery, unless they like get a direct hit on my, my petrol tanks or something. There's the T30. I'm going to try and feather a shot into him. I doubt I'll get it. It's like hitting pixels with that thing. So they're all basically on the opposing ridge, and we're at a bit of a stalemate. So hopefully something can happen as our Striv 103B gets killed, which is not so great. That removes a lot of my vision from the middle, and I noticed that the object 277 here beginning to move into the open, and the standard B makes a little, and unfortunately because I move my mouse to look at the standard B, I lose sight of where that 277 is and decide that hopefully I should be safe from any shots from him because I'm working this ridge, and the standard B is checking me out. T30 there. There's a wreck of a tank in front of him. There's no way I'm going to hit that shot, but I fire one in frustration anyway. There's nothing much I can do. Just hope my hit points hold up. Keep trying to get shots of opportunity. Eventually they're going to come for me. And unfortunately that 277 is not spotted by the Waffenträger Auf Panzervier, who might become my friend at the end of the show. I don't know. Gets a shot into me, and it's unfortunate that he did that. I thought I was protected by those bushes just in front of me, but it's more than likely that the T49 was spotting me or something. Now at this point here, we've captured a little bit, 50% of the time, and I'm thinking, right, everybody is going to instantly react to that, and the T30, the Type 4 Heavy, and the Standard B are probably going to make their way towards the cap, because that's free damage. The guy's wide up in the open. It's a T95, so he's got next to no camo rating, and he's going to get dented big time. So the 49, hopefully he's going to spot some guys. I make a play through the middle thinking I've really got to do something with 24 seconds left on the clock, and I'm going to push as fast as I can, which is not very fast in this jalopy, but I keep going. I'm going to make my way into that central ridge. I'm thinking that T49 is probably towards that Type 4 Heavy now, and that Object 277 is probably going to stick around to where he is, probably apply some late pressure into the map. Because knowing that obviously I'm pretty slow, 95 if he survives, and he doesn't, is taken out swiftly by all three of those tanks. They're all ganged up, and that T49 didn't really help there. He could have spotted them a bit sooner, maybe enabled that T95 to do some work. But luckily for us, he takes out that T30, who was a one-shot for him, and that 49 is now going back towards our cap, leaving the Type 4 Heavy and potentially the Standard B on their own. So I'm thinking, right, he's gone, and he's run away. He's probably going to spot me here, which he does as he crosses over, but I'm thinking, right, I just need to make a play. Got 1,000 hit points to work with. Let's try and get rid of this Type 4 Heavy. So I've got a shot here, and the Standard B takes a cheeky one. He's remained behind, and he's taken a second. He's tracked me. I prepare my tracks, move back as quickly as I can, trying to avoid any shots, mainly from the back there, and somehow T49 slams into the side of me when he really should have been paying attention to his opposing number, our own T49. Now, knowing that I've just taken a shot, and knowing that Type 4 Heavy is probably way back there, the Standard B is out the way, I make a play for this 277, who's decided to come and challenge the centre of the map, and also make my way towards my own team, so that they can support me if I need to. So I'm hoping that this guy's going to crest the ridge in front of me, trying to get away from the Waffenträger, Panzer, Fear, and the 49, and I get side shot on him. Happy days, he's dead. Finally get my first kill after doing 4,000 damage. So now it's time to go for the Standard B and the Type 4 Heavy. So I want my guys to really push up towards me. I need them to come and help me out, but they're not. And somehow the Type 4 Heavy feathers a shot into the top of my turret. But by me spotting that enables somebody to get a shot onto the top of that Type 4 Heavy. And it looks like what's happened is the Standard B's made his way down to about H9. He's probably trying to get in behind us, just relocate and play some mind games. So he's more than likely making his way across the way there. So I think, right, I'll just bide my time, let him get around. If that's what he is doing, let him get around a few. And then I'm going to make him a play across this ridge, get the opposite side of him, isolate down that Type 4 Heavy, and take him out. So I begin to make the play. Hopefully that T49 is going to spot that Standard B as he comes round. He probably thinks that the rest of my team are coming with me and making a play for that Type 4. He's probably going to use him as a kind of a sacrificial lamb, a meat shield, whilst he makes a play for maybe the cap, or just try to get flanking shots. So I make my play round using the rock there and that carcass as cover. And hopefully somebody's going to spot him. I'm thinking he might, if he's still on this side of the ridge, he's all mine. But if he's crossed that ridge with cover from the Standard B, which the Standard B is then spotted on the far side of the ridge, I notice that obviously he's very much going to have crossfire on me, so I'm going to start making him a turn to the right here, try and put the Type 4 Heavy between me and that Standard B. Hopefully I get some help as our our T49 gets destroyed by that Standard B. So he must have taken his shot, missed, and then the Standard B has gone and finished him off. I think it was a one shot anyway. So if we come around here, right, there he is, just over the ridge, get a side shot on him, and get tracked by the Standard B. Typical. Type 4 Heavy puts 121, which is quite lucky for me. I'm now pretty much a one shot. Standard B is peppering me with 360, but I'm blocking it every time, pushing my blocking damage up to 5,000, which is quite nice. And the Waffenträger, who was pinging at the start of the map, wondering where everybody was and what they were doing, has actually started helping me out. He's going to make for cover in the houses there as he gets a nasty shot into the side of him. And hopefully that Standard B will be on reload. Now, we've got to play a little bit of a mind game here. We've got to realise what's going on. The Standard B, he's probably going to go for kills. He's going to go for kills at distance. We've just got to hope that he makes a mistake. Now, he knows that we know where he is. He's been spotted. He must know that we know where he is. We're all aiming our guns at him. So if he can see us, he knows what to do. So he's probably going to make a play across the left of me. And there's only one way for me to do it. I've got the ping. I've got to move. I've got to hope that the Waffenträger is ready for the fire. It's 2 against 1. And we've pretty much turned it around there at the end of it. So hopefully he's going to start aiming in the right direction, but he's not. I've moved my gun all the way in front of him, let my reticule close down, and managed to finish off the Standard B. Happy days. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope that's been educational for you. It's certainly educational for me looking back at my videos. And I'll see you again, hopefully, in the next match. Bye-bye.